Hey guys, that's me again. I'm about to represent one of the Russian national coaches and her athletes. Her name is Elena Kupershmidt, and we're just in about few seconds to join her, to let her join to the live streaming. So stay with us. So keep on waiting for her to send the request. If you guys have any questions, you can definitely type it down, send some comments. All right, so here she is. So I have just accepted her call. All right, so here we go. Елена Алексеевна. Прием, прием, проверка связи, как слышно?
Так, а Елена Алексеевна вас не слышит. Вот в чем дело.
Елена Алексеевна не слышит? Понятно. Ну ладно, ничего страшного. Можем просто помахать руками.
Ладно, она вас не видит, не слышит, потому что камера на...
Ага, ясно. So Elena cannot hear us because camera is actually turned to her. So we will be able to see her and her athletes, but we won't be able to actually talk to her much. We're gonna talk to her at the end. Я сказал то, что мы в конце поговорим, если что, она подойдет. Вот.
I will have the meeting again, and today we must a little lesson about. I hope that we can world competition and very glad to meet you again in lesson. Okay. Лейсан Кубышевич, Полина, какой у вас? Анфиса, директор, Екатерина Шабаева, Ариэль.
Great, welcome guys. Good to see you all. Thank you for participating. So today's lesson is going to be everything about acrobatics, some of the basic drills, and some of the advanced stuff as well. And if some of you guys are watching and you have a certain question about the exercises, please let us know. Don't try to comment, and we'll be happy to respond you and provide you with all the answers. Вы можете, если что, сказать, чтобы Елена Алексеевна, может быть, поближе подошла к камере, потому что микрофон, видимо, очень плохо до нее дотягивается. Плохо очень ее слышно. So if you guys are getting this exercise, make sure that you keep your back as rounded as possible. And once you get the landing into the pike, push your shoulders in front of your feet as much as you can, so you can shift your body weight right in front of you.
И ребенок или спортсмен упадет на спину. То есть нужно зафиксировать стоечку до начала подскока.
So you gotta fix your handstand right before you are going into the roll. Otherwise, you can fall flat on your back. Make sure that you have a good straightened handstand. And then right after you finish your hop, you're gonna continue the movement and do that roll with your legs straight into your pike. Make sure to stay tight in as much as you can and go far into your scale. So your arms and your upper body is actually getting into the one straight line. The more you're aligned, the better for you to get into handstand and the easier for you to proceed into that handstand hop.
Поворот на 360 градусов, опускание в угол и
I love this drill. So handstand, full turn, 360 degrees, getting slowly down via negative shoulder press work, and getting back up into handstand.
положение тела на стойке, опускание уже в угол и обязательный элемент.
So once again, handstand hop, fix your handstand, hold tight, get the 360 degrees turn, get down via negative shoulder press, get the straddle press full turn, and get back up into your press handstand.
Можно сделать поворот стойки не только ноги вместе, в витальном шпагате, как и во фронтальном шпагате.
Whenever you get upside down and you do your handstand, you don't have to turn only with your feet together. You can do the different variations. You can do the middle split. You can do the right or left. And by the time when you finish your full turn, you are gonna get back into the straddle press as well.
Затянули. И очень хорошо. Очень хорошо. И обязательно мы заканчиваем нашим вперед через прямые.
Make sure that you keep your arms straight whenever you start to press handstand. Every time you bend your arms, you assist yourself a lot with your triceps. So if you lock your elbows and you push your shoulders front, it's going to be a greater work to your upper body and it's going to be a greater contribution into your planche development.
И сам добавить туда в углу еще выведение и также уголочек.
So the next drill is coming up.
Да. Хорошо.
This is a nice strength combination, which is actually include the dynamic enter. And it's a great way for you to be able to develop your handstand holds if you're able to hold your handstand right after the hop. So it's a lot of upper body control along with your core and lower back.
Стойка на руках, поворот, опускание, угол, раз, два, еще угол добавили. Раз, и два, и три.
Whenever you start to go out of the straddle press and you push yourself into the planche this way, it's a lot of work to your shoulders, of course, but it's a great exercise for your lower back extensors and glutes.
Упражненные, чтобы дети владели этой информацией целиком, чтобы они были готовы эксперимент с любой исходной позиции, с любого исходного положения. Ноги, обратите внимание, должны быть натянуты, конечно, соответствует нашим требованиям, да? Не более 4 переступаний, можно меньше, но больше не сделать.
So don't use a lot of steps. Whenever you start to get upside down into the handstand, use no more than 4 steps.
Хорошо. Так, очень хорошо.
And if some of the exercises are way too advanced so far, you can always break it down. And then when you master the exercise, you can add one to another. So the drill is getting harder and they start to include more intensity and more exercises into the one sequence. handstand full turn, into the planche, back into handstand, great shoulder work. Straddle press 360 degrees, back to handstand, shoulder press, front roll. Well, at least everybody can start from the forward roll.
Раз, дожимание. Хорошо, спинка работает, видите? Правильно. И очень хорошо, прекрасно. Прекрасно. И таких упражнений, вариантов таких упражнений можно придумать очень большое количество раз.
There is an endless variations you can add to this sequence, and you can always make it harder or make it easier, depends on your availability. And they're about to start to do some of the basics acrobatics movements, front walkovers. So a hurdle into the front walkover, into the front handspring. Make sure that you are pushing your hips front far enough so you see the arch, and you only take your chest up at the end of the movement.
Поэтому здесь у нее практически ошибок нет. У детей маленьких, и обращайте внимание,
And pay attention to your scale, guys. Whenever you want to take a greater push off the floor, you got to make sure that you go far into your scale, and you're never going to break the line. So once you get your arms right towards your ear, you don't want to break the line. And if you're going to keep that chain of joints aligned, it's going to be easier push off the floor, and you're going to always choose that scale because of the technique and dynamic, not because of the strength. Then we're about to do the next skill. It's also about acrobatic movement. Back walkover with your leg scissors twice and land down on your favorite foot.
На смену ног происходит в шпагате. Сагитальных шпагатов. Очень хорошо.
So you basically start as a back walkover, and then you open your splits completely to show the nice lanes. Sagittal splits. Make sure that you don't turn your hips outside, so you avoid the middle split hips position. Once you get the landing and your foot is reaching the floor, pull your chest up and keep your upper body straight.
Давайте добавим в поворот для поднятой ноги, да. Поднятой ноги.
So basically the same thing now. Right after you finish your split scissors, you're gonna proceed with half turn and land as a regular front walkover.
Как вариант плюска, начало вход-выход. Видно, что здесь девочка владеет очень хорошо.
So every time you do so, make sure that you keep your frontal splits rather than your middle. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the balance much easier. All right, so even if you turn, keep on holding your frontal split.
Колено, и поворот стойки, да, чтобы массировать.
It's a great base for developing the G plus transitions. Whenever you do a bunch of handstands, you combine it with acrobatics. You can be pretty creative and do something new.
И сейчас, как мы вспомнили уже наши информации назад, мы соединим это со следующей группой элементов. Сначала сделаем, а потом я покажу несколько подводящих упражнений для обучения фляпу, да? Более сложные.
All right, guys, so now we're doing the back handspring, and then afterwards we're going to show you a few progressions for the back handspring.
Носок натянут.
Shoulder pointed.
Что мы делаем? Именно для этого мы и делаем, чтобы наши спортсмены умели встречать правильно на площадку или дорожку.
So at first it's just all demonstration of the back walkover into the back handspring. And now in a few moments, we're going to show you a few progressions for the back handspring and how to land safely on your shoulders so you don't have a bad impact on your upper body. And all of that previous progressions with handstand hops are pretty useful to your upper body because actually once you start to meet the floor, you're going to use a lot of upper trapezius, which is the muscle which is doing that. All right, so progressions are coming up for the back handspring, backward jump, arms swinging up towards the ears, glutes tightness, arching within the back. Gotta make sure that you're moving a little bit further to the back and lengthen your shoulder blade so far. Do not get pike up. Do not get pike up. Make sure that you keep your body completely straight. So even if you get that landing safely on your shoulder blades, your back should be slightly round. Should be slightly arched. Back handspring into the rebound. You can also use the same thing, do the back handspring into the rebound and do the previous progression and land with your shoulder blades with the lower back arched onto the high mat. This is a round-up. One of the most important basic exercises, one of the most important basic acrobatic skills. You have your round-up straight, the rest of the skills are going to go straight as well. Gotta make sure that you go far, get your arms up towards your ears, and keep them that straight line. So don't go sideways, getting your feet together, and right after you get up into the rebound after the back handspring, keep your abs tightened and get your lower back rounded. Keep your eyes on the one spot. All right, so the next drill is going to involve the bridge. So it's going to help you to get the better rebound, and it's going to be easier for you to engage your core, squeeze your abs, and get the feet landing right underneath of yourself for the stronger rebound.
Сгибаем ног небольшой. У нас
Bend your legs just slightly, not much.
Вот.
Then squeeze your glutes,
Ноги
squeeze your
выпрямляем.
abs, push your shoulder up to your ear at the same time. And then once you get the landing, you're gonna push off the floor immediately, so you get the landing back on your back.
Отлично. Хорошо.
Nicely done.
И следующее. Ребенок должен чувствовать, да, вы действительно наглядны. Это достаточно. Еще лучше чуть-чуть подальше поставить, чтобы
So once you master that skill, not the skill, but once you master that progression, you can bring the bridge a little bit further away and start to get the rebound a little bit further with your feet. This is about to create more intensity, more dynamic, and the further you start to do all of that skills, the more momentum you start to gain. So basically, if you go further to the back, you go faster, it's easier for you to do the next upcoming skill.
попрыгали на кубик на спинку, сделали курпы отсюда, и когда мы уже переходим, мы начинаем обучение як на горочку.
So once you learn all of the previous skills, you can go further and do the progressions for the back layout.
Тело очень жесткое. Раз.
Your body is pretty tight. Once you get the landing, make sure that you keep your abdominals as tight as you can, so you don't fall flat. Otherwise, you can lose your breath for a while. Happened to me before. So make sure that you keep your body as much as you can tighten. And when you get the landing, keep your lower back slightly rounded and keep your core very strong.
Раз. И все. Видите, я готов. Прекрасно. Переходим. Давайте курбет, мостика, отход, группировку на кальцию. Следующий, да. Внимательно. Вот здесь видите, что...
I'm sorry guys, before I mentioned back layout, it's back tuck, of course, back tuck.
Жестко, обязательно чтобы не сломало нам.
So you basically do the rebound, you basically do the push off the floor, getting your abs tight, and once you get the landing, you start to get to go on your shoulder blades, and you can continue to do this exercise into the back row. This rebound is going to create a lot of momentum, and the more momentum you have, the higher rebound you will get. The higher rebound you can get, the higher obviously you can get into back tuck. So you can increase the height every time you push off the floor harder.
Очень хорошо. Мы продолжим, мы работаем. Группировка с колен. Смотрите, ребенок принимает исходное положение стоя.
So the ready position, hands in front, and stand on the knees.
Хорошо вывести себя вперед и приземлиться в положении.
So out of the knees by using your arms swing, you're gonna pull your knees up and jump as high as possible from your lower body right on your shoulder blades. You gotta make sure that you keep on swinging your arms up and you have a nice set right before you pull your knees up to your chest. So if you extend your upper body up, you're gonna get the landing pretty much underneath of yourself. If you're gonna swing to the back, you won't be able to jump as high. So make sure that you swing your arms up, you pull your knees up to your chest, and you take in the drill as much as possible on the one spot. So don't go much to the back, but get the landing underneath of yourself onto the same spot as you started with your knees. You gotta take the landing with your shoulder blades. So right before you tuck, you basically need to extend your body more in order to get your jump higher.
И следующее задание. Да?
The next exercise.
Здесь мы уже понятно, что демонстрируем нашу подготовку. Конечно, все мы подводили к тому, что вот это до этого, это было обучение сальто назад, да?
So all of that previous progressions were towards the back tuck.
Мы страхуем ребенка и...
Of course, you have to spot the kid every time. Yeah. And you've got to make sure that you learn how to fall safely. Yep, so spot the lower back. Make sure that you have a nice setup, keeping swinging your arms up and take your hips into the same height as your shoulders.
Тоже можно подсказать. Это вот у нас мы с вами захватили, тут так, к сожалению, эфирного времени у нас закончилось, можно это продолжать бесконечно.
Elena is saying that we can do it forever, but we're tight on time. So that was our quick workout for today, and we hope that that was useful and helpful to you guys.
Ну и элементами, которые владеют наши братья и сестры, это гимнастические дисциплины. Очень хорошо, если дети будут растянуты живой пояс, таз, бедро, если они великолепны.
So all of that drills and all of this workout, of course, 8 years of training, but you've got to make sure that before you try all of that strength and dynamic movements, you go nicely with mobility for your joints, for your hips, for your upper body and for your back. They saying thank you and wishing you all the best.
Последующие чемпионаты взрослого мира. Надеюсь, что все проблемы в плане нашей эпидемии всемирной.
They hope that all pandemic is going to go away and we all are going to see each other on the competitions, not live, but in the real life pretty soon.
Юными спортсменами и взрослыми спортсменами всех увидеть на прекрасном нашем празднике в Баку.
Want to see you all on our World Championship in Baku, in Azerbaijan.
И не участвовать ранее на таких соревнованиях, потому что их просто не было. Соскучились по всем спортсменам.
We'll miss you all, our athletes, all coaches around the world.
И мы очень надеемся, что всех скоро увидим.
We hope that we're about to see you soon, guys.
И предстоящих будущих побед.
We're wishing you all the best, victories, and great training. Bye-bye. А вы еще тут? Слышите меня? Они меня не слышат. All right, everybody. So thank you all for watching. Unfortunately, Elena get of the live streaming pretty soon because she didn't see me and she didn't really hear what I'm saying, but I was doing my best to translate every single word, and I was editing some stuff for myself as well. Okay, and like I said before, so keep on doing your best with the training, guys. And if you ever have any questions and you're stuck at home, don't lose your motivation. Keep on pushing your best. Keep on being strong, and just love being a gymnast because it's all passed by very, very quickly. All right. So enjoy your gymnastics lifetime and stay in the moment. Bye bye, everyone.